Welcome to the show. It's We Are Live. Hey, I'm Chris Denman live in St. Louis, and we're hanging out at the Midcoast Studio in Grand Center. Check out midcoast.media for more information. Excited to be here on a dreary Monday. Question mark. Travis, having some technical issues, should join us shortly from New York. We shall see. But joining me live in studio, the great Chris Gardner. He's the stream queen and executive producer. Good morning, Mr. Gardner.
Good morning, gentleman.
And?
Hope you had a good weekend.
I did. I didn't.
No, not you.
Oh, excuse me.
To
Sorry.
my walnuts.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Good morning, walnuts.
A lot of them tuned in.
And you.
Thanks.
Of course.
What'd you do with yourself? Did you do anything? No dice. Good.
I did do something. I actually went to a movie theater.
Did you really?
And saw a movie.
Okay. Oh, you didn't just case it?
Nope.
Okay, gotcha.
I actually went and saw a movie.
What movie?
Once Upon a Time in Hollywood.
That got you out of the house.
It did.
I've been seeing a lot of people at drags. What? Okay, so you got Brad Pitt, Leo DiCaprio. This is Quentin Tarantino's what?
Why didn't you say Robbie Margot?
Didn't know her.
Margot Robbie.
Nice. Margot Robbie jumping in. So you went and saw it. Amazing. Is it living up to the hype I've seen online?
I thought it was good.
First of all, does it live up to? Are you a Tarantino fan? What drug you out of the house? You're not a movie guy.
This one did intrigue me. I was supposed to meet my friend Sean there.
Oh no.
At 11 o'clock on Saturday morning. Sean never showed up.
Okay.
I got a hold of him at 4 o'clock that afternoon.
Good.
He answered his phone finally and said, "Yeah, what's going on?" Hey, did you forget something? I don't think. Well, you wouldn't have said that if I didn't. Oh, what I forget? And I go, we were supposed to meet at the Chase to go watch the movie. And you're, oh my God, I'm so sorry. Maybe we go tomorrow. I go, well, I was already there. I went and saw it by myself.
Did you get a bag of popcorn?
See
the live organ player?
I actually saw someone from The Office there. Not the show The Office.
Oh, I was
Our office.
Oh, I was hoping Phyllis was in town.
Yeah. Josh was there.
Josh was
saw him
two
after
sober.
the movie.
That's what sober guys do at 11 a.m. on a Saturday. Some people are up, trying to nurse a hangover. You've already seen a film.
So I thought it was good. It wasn't. It's probably not top 3.
Have you seen all the Tarantino films?
Not every single one.
Inglourious Basterds.
Yes. It's not better than Inglourious Basterds to me.
Tough to beat.
It's not better than Pulp Fiction. And it's probably not better than Reservoir Dogs.
Got it.
I haven't seen Django.
Django's fantastic.
I don't feel like dealing with all the N-bombs.
So good.
Feeling
it's
uncomfortable.
So good. It is so good.
What else am I missing? Well,
Hateful Eight.
I never saw that one.
Any of the Grindhouse things? Or was that? That's not considered a Tarantino.
It's Rodriguez, right?
But he was produced by
Yeah.
whatever. I get it.
But I don't think it would top the 3 I mentioned. But it's probably right after that.
Yeah.
It was good. Like, it was a good movie. It's a little long.
Mm-hmm.
What was it? 2 hours, 40 minutes. But it was fine. Like, it kept my attention throughout. The ending was something.
Yeah.
I'll say that and leave it at that.
Thank you. I'm gonna go see it. But this seems like it's getting everybody out.
The foot fetish was on display.
There was a foot fetish.
Well, this is a hippie girl in
Okay.
the movie.
This
is actually from a kind of, I don't know if it's a significant scene, but to me, was one of the more entertaining scenes because I can say at least what the soundtrack was like. The soundtrack was definitely true to the year 1969. During this scene, as you can see, the hippie girl with her feet on the windshield. Brother Love's Traveling Salvation Show by the Jewish Elvis. Neil Diamond was playing throughout the scene, and I might have been bobbing the head a little bit at that point.
You were enjoying it.
Yeah, and there's several other very noticeable feet on display throughout I can count 3 off the top of my head, and there's probably more, but there was several of them that were very obvious.
Not only is he considered one of the best directors ever, but whenever you make it to that level where there are subsets of people looking for things in your films, and you still have cred.
Yeah.
Like it's not Michael Bay. Like everybody's like, oh, here comes the big explosion. The foot fetish is being looked for, and people
Well,
aren't. They're not pumping the brakes on it, right?
I saw someone tweeting that had seen the movie, said the person in front of them as they were watching just kind of went, "Oh, there's the feet." Like a lady in front. There's the feet. So, I mean, and some of them they're very, if you're aware of it, it's very obvious.
Yeah.
There's Robbie Margot, a.k.a. Margot Robbie, has one.
I think we have to call her
Leo
Robbie
has
Margot
one.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think if Brad Pitt has one or not. But those three stick out to me immediately.
Anyone's performance outshine the other?
I don't think so.
Not really. Everybody was
just
good.
Solid.
Yeah. How many booties you give it? That's your thing, right?
Oh, I'd do 4 booties.
Out of 5.
4 out of 5, yeah.
Okay. There's
I'd
been
respect
11
that
booties
ass.
given out.
I'd respect that ass.
Okay, gotcha.
Yeah, we've kind of lost all control of that scoring system.
Yeah, we certainly have.
There's more and more booties being added as we might have to make it to 10 booties now just to make that work properly.
Yeah.
But I'd say 4 out of 5. I mean, I don't know if I'd go back and see it again immediately just because it's 2 hours and 40 minutes. And I don't just feel like
it's a big commitment.
Well, once I've seen it,
you take your scooter there.
Yeah,
you smoke your cigarette.
Oh, here's the thing.
Give it to me.
This is definitely was an issue for me. It was 5 to 10 minutes into the movie, and I was like, "Oh shit," because they are smoking throughout the movie.
You got the itch.
Oh, that happens in. What movie
you haven't watched the
did that
new
to me
season
before?
of Stranger Things yet, have you?
No.
Oh.
I haven't seen Stranger Things.
It is true to form.
But what was the movie I saw? Was that Plaza Frontenac?
Oh, wow.
Good Night and Good Luck.
Oh, I was going to guess The English Patient.
That's a good guess. But when I saw that one there, I was, can they pause this? Like that's what goes through my head when I see scenes like that. It's like,
Right.
Can you pause this like halfway through?
So did you fight through the film?
Yeah, I did. I wanted to light up in the middle of that theater.
Right.
But obviously didn't.
Would it be that'd be a threat against Homeland Security at this day and age, right?
Chase too.
In a theater. Chase is about as fun a place you can see a movie.
Yeah, it's nice. I like
Yeah.
it there.
Did
I mean,
you
it's
get
not a huge theater.
No.
But it's.
Was it
it's
the
very
theater with the guy with the organ in it?
No. Not at 11:15 in the morning on a Saturday.
Never know.
Maybe later in the day.
Snack situation for you?
I didn't do anything.
What's wrong
I had a
with
bottled water with me.
you? Oh, okay.
I hadn't eaten at that point either.
And you're Mr. Snack. Like
yeah, I didn't want to.
You weren't feeling it. You just focused in.
I
Okay.
didn't want a Snickers or anything. I didn't want pop. I'm not a big popcorn guy. It didn't. So I'm like, I'll just go without. I got a bottled water if I need to wet the whistle a little bit. What I needed more than anything was a cigarette.
cigarette.
Like it is. There is a lot of smoking. And actually, if you stay through the ending credits as well, there's a kind of a mock cigarette commercial that Leo does. It's pretty funny. It's like Red Apple cigarettes or something like that.
I'm looking forward to seeing it. So
Oh, it's good. There's a young...
Good, not great to you.
Yeah, it's good. It's fine. I'm afraid to say that, though, because I know how Tarantino people can be, or people that fall in love with, masterpieces, as they claim. But... it was a good. Why can't I just say it's a good movie?
You may.
It's a
That's
good
fine.
movie.
You're safe here. You know else?
Look, it intrigued me enough to get me out of the house, get me out of my local watering hole to go see it, and I enjoyed it. That's fine. It's okay. It's not the greatest thing he's ever done, but his bar is pretty high.
Very true.
So that's okay.
Well, people seem to be super excited about it. So
yeah, I've noticed that. That's why I was afraid to say it was just okay.
I think that works.
It's good. It's a good movie. It's worth. And look, it's $5 on Saturday at 11:15 at the Chase.
That's a good way to spend the morning.
It was more than worth $5. It's fine. It's good.
That's way better than what I think. I did some laundry, cleaned up my house, and then did nothing the entire weekend. It was fantastic.
Well, that's what I did. That's what I
worked.
did.
I guess you could say I worked from home. But
that's what I did Saturday morning to prepare myself, knowing I was going out.
Yeah.
Laundry was done by 9 in the morning. Dishes done by 10,
Wow.
ready to go out for the weekend
Accomplished.
and
Good
do
for you.
nothing except that, basically.
Uh, Jamie Boyer's Fancy Voyeur has to get a babysitter so he can go see it, and he's asking if either of us are available.
Well, I am.
Do you mind a cigarette being smoked while your baby is held?
Like, how young is the kid?
Yeah.
Can it like step? Can I
Can you
step
put a
out
little
for
mask?
5 minutes?
Can you put a little mask on it and you smoke with it? I think.
Or even, I have candy cigarettes at home.
Nice.
Teach the child
Right.
early
Proper.
how to
How to
hold a
ash.
cigarette in your mouth.
How to wash your hands after.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
do that after every cigarette.
Mm-hmm.
That's a combination of things, though. That's more along the lines of cleanliness,
Mm-hmm.
not wanting to smell like a cigarette,
You never do.
and OCD.
That's the big one.
Yeah.
We do need to tell everybody about our friends at Gateway Powder Coating, Gardner. Over the weekend, saw a bunch of great work that they did. They posted on their Facebook page. You can check it out. That's Gateway Powder Coating, fast, durable, and affordable. That's right. If you have anything that you need painted and it's metal, maybe some outdoor furniture, maybe something indoors, maybe some wheels, your car, maybe they're chipped, they're not looking so great. Take them to Gateway Powder Coating. You can check out their website, gatewaypowdercoat.com, or the Facebook page has a million different pieces of their work that they've done recently, and you can check that out again online at Facebook for Gateway Powder Coating. Big thanks to them for supporting the show. Another thing I did, I pumped my dog full of Benadryl. I have to take her to Hillside today.
What did
His
you want?
allergies acting up,
Oh,
man.
I thought you wanted to go out and get drunk and.
Oh, I just made her pass out?
Yeah.
No, that's not a thing. That's what kind of monster do you take me for?
Fancy for. Just do that to
No.
your baby.
No. Maybe people at your watering hole do that kind of stuff, but no, that's not what it is. But I gotta go see. Hillside Animal Hospital. We have Dr. Ed in every week, so big thanks to them for being available and ready. But that was a big part of my weekend is chucking Benadryl down my dog's throat, which is always just a real treat. And then if they,
What's
pink,
It's like what Tommy does.
pink foam coming out the side of her mouth, that's fun. That's just an absolute blast. Yeah. So making that happen. So that's bled into today. Happy Monday, everybody. Get a dog with allergies.
You made me think of something that when you mentioned the watering hole, because there's a couple people in over the weekend there, and I guess they had some other folks with them, and they had a rather large tab at the end of the night. It was like $150.
That's huge for that watering hole. I bet.
And they were like everyone else there was regulars, and someone was like, they were like, oh my gosh, we don't spend this much on alcohol in a month, and somebody looked at him, one of the regulars, and just started laughing at him. A month? I do that over a weekend.
Yeah, I was gonna
That's
say
2 days.
That's just a long Friday night.
Yeah,
if you start early.
Like, yeah, you don't come here often.
No, these are professionals. Damn it.
It is. It is, and they know it too.
Yeah, they do.
They admit it. They recognize it. They know what they're doing.
I would hope so.
I haven't taken Benadryl.
I feel like the way you kind of work your way in, not that you have a methy look about you. It's just the long hair, and then you look like you're up to something. If you tried to buy too much Benadryl, I feel like Walgreens is going to flag you, or CVS is going to be like, "We need to talk to you,
And
pal."
it might already be flagged.
Or
be
is it
honest.
Benadryl or Sudafed? I think I messed that up.
Well, there's one of them that like I'll take when sick that I don't take anymore, and the problem is I have like a mental block that I can never remember which one it is. That I don't like taking because it makes me feel very weird.
Right.
Like it makes me tingle.
Ooh.
And like I feel like I'm twitchy, and I just feel like anxious, and so it's very uncomfortable.
Are you talking about ED medication?
No. Unless they slip that
I get
in
hard
there.
as a rock.
Yeah. Yeah.
I just get queasy.
Yeah, I get sick and I get erections. I don't know what the hell's going on here.
Bang
Am I
anything I
taking the
see.
wrong thing?
Tom Brown confirming it is Sudafed. Tom,
Okay.
that was a test. You've now been turned into the authorities. Thank you. That's our checkoff for that. That was sponsored by the DEA.
And it might be Sudafed is the one that bothers me. The thing is I can't remember which one it is, and I always screw it up. And I still have packets around of some of it, and I get them crossed up, and I'm like, why don't I just throw the thing away?
Did you accidentally take menstrual cramp medicine? Is that what it is? I think it's probably just a painkiller marketed to women for cramps.
I'm sure I've taken a menstrual
I
cramp
have.
medicine before.
I did. I took a Pamprin when I
I'm
was
sure
in Miami.
I'm sure I did it for like I was drunk and hey, I'll take this.
Yeah.
Pop.
I did it thinking it was headache medicine, and my buddy was like, "It's my Big Mike. It's my stepmom's period medicine. What are you doing?"
Period medicine.
And I'm like, I was genuinely worried for like 10 minutes.
Did it
and then,
work?
I don't remember. I just got really moody and told everybody what to do for
Yeah.
like half a day.
Well, at
It
least
was
you had an
weird.
excuse then. You can back it up
right.
with that.
Yeah. That's my
Take it and
normal
start
behavior.
yelling at everyone.
Yeah.
And then cry.
Right. I just don't know.
And then get real happy.
Right.
Yeah.
Exactly. And then just be really upset for something that happened 4 years ago.
Yeah.
Jay
Look at the
Boyer's
moon,
Fancy
it's
Foyer
so beautiful.
says Mr. Jeffco acting like he doesn't know how to make meth. Adorable. Not from Jeffco. Not a Jeffco guy. That's St. Francis County where I resided.
Is meth big in St. Francis County?
I'm sure. I feel like there has to be a bit about this. There 1,000,000% is, but this is a real thing. And I remember making fun of this when we were in college and we moved to Columbia, right? Anyone from a rural town in Missouri, or I'll just say the Midwest, they're always number one in meth. Hey, where I'm from is nice, except, we are number one in meth. Like, what does that mean, and why do so many people brag about that? Because that's real. I remember that happening. You ain't ever been to Texas County, Missouri? Bet a meth dealer has. I'm like, I don't know a meth dealer. How would I know that? I'm sure there are rules against buying batteries where you're from.
And I would be curious as to what the formula is to make you number one. Like, is it arrests?
Exactly.
Or is there a formula that's been developed?
Is your police force efficient? And so the numbers look good. They're
Is
padded.
it, what's been recovered?
Mhm.
I mean, what do we not know about?
Right.
Like, how do you determine?
Is there a meth census taker?
Yeah. Like, we don't know this.
Mm-hmm.
There's some things we don't know. I'm curious to know how they actually formulate who is number one in meth. And now I'm wondering which county in Missouri is actually
think
number one in meth.
Judging by, and now it's opioids too, right? Now it's graduated to that. I do know that a sign of some issues or a lack of prosperity in certain areas is the shuffle down the highway, the non-walkable highway. You see a gentleman, most likely a gentleman, bit rat-like features in the face, some kind of a wife-beater tank top on, Jinkos maybe, or older shirts, or older shorts of some sort, and they're shuffling down the highway, and they're at about a 3-mile point in between anywhere you would be walking, in between the two areas. And it's very depressing because I see that more and more. It's just a shuffle from town to town, and that's a sure sign. And then Black Sheep chiming in. How are you from south of Metherson County and not know Sudafed? And we lost out on the number one spot years ago to Arkansas, Kentucky. It was a sad day. I guess that was Missouri.
Now, I'm looking at a headline from February of 2019 saying study ranks Missouri number one in meth manufacturing.
Well, who reports?
That's the thing.
Do they send the numbers to the Cortex over here, and then they compute it out, and they provide this? Is this part of a Chamber of Commerce
Missouri
initiative?
had 27.6 meth labs per 100,000 residents.
As of when?
This was a headline from February of this year at lakenewsonline.com. I have to click on it.
Ooh, you forget about the Ozarks.
Yeah. So, let me see if I can get through it. I don't know who this is the thing.
Black Sheep says the people that rank are called mathematicians. Or if Travis is mentioning it, a mathemologist.
I'm a mathemologist. Mathemologist, that's the term.
Huh. That is nice to remember, too, that even when Travis has technical difficulties, we have Robo-Travis on hand.
Yes.
That is a quick reminder. He's very replaceable, not by another human, just by recordings of his sayings.
Did you want one? Is that what you're trying
I
to
don't
do to
know.
me?
Feel free. Take a walk. Take a creative walk.
accurate as hell.
That's fine.
Okay, yeah. Missouri is full of meth.
That's accurate as hell.
Thank you, Travis. Appreciate that.
I'm trying to look at these numbers.
No, but this is it. Why do people take an odd sense of pride in this? Because I've probably done it as well. Or you say,
Meth?
no.
Oh.
Whenever you're just talking to people, like, yeah, a lot of people doing meth there. You don't talk about like, oh, the college education rate's great. No, you bring up the fact that illegal drugs are made underneath people's carports in the middle of the woods. Why is that a thing? I need to know.
Yeah. 200. Okay.
If you're a methmologist, call in.
Missouri State Highway Patrol seized only a single clandestine meth lab in St. Louis, that's the city, and one in Franklin County in 2017. In St. Louis County, a total of 6 meth labs were seized in 2017.
It seems light.
In Jefferson County, there were...
Seems light if you're number one.
there
Missouri,
were-
you step it up.
Hold on. In Jefferson County,
Oh, boy.
there were 250 to 300 meth
Okay.
labs. Wait, that's in 2011 and 2012.
There were 250?
In 2018, the Jefferson County Municipal Enforcement Group seized just 16. So they went down drastically.
Yeah. What about Washington County? They doing anything?
You know, there's probably a link to by county.
Yes.
Meth lab statistics, Missouri State Highway Patrol. Oh. So they have national incidents. Let's go in 2018. Let's see what we got here. Let's see if I can actually figure out what any of these numbers are going to say, though, as well. So, 2018, Missouri methamphetamine incidents is how the Missouri State Highway Patrol has it classified. Nothing in St. Louis City or County.
See, I think that's a missed opportunity.
It's clearly Jefferson County.
That's where it's happening.
Jefferson County has 16 this year. The next closest is 5 in Jackson County on the other side of the state.
In Kansas City?
Yeah.
Now, I believe that because on the way into Kansas City, there's like Grain Valley, which is kind of, I don't know how to describe it. Grain Valley would be like, your Barnhart, kind of that sort of thing.
Number 3 is St. Francis County with 4.
That's not that many, though. 4?
But it's third.
That's Man, those are dudes that came over from Washington County or Madison County. They just found a better patch of woods.
All right.
All right?
Okay.
Where's Washington County or Madison County? See,
Washington County's next door. Washington County's just west.
no, I know where it's at.
Okay. It's got 0.
It's where you're getting sent.
It's got 0. Madison, just south, has 0.
See, they just have inaccurate police forces. That's right.
Do they just go across the county border?
They do. They just work
Let's
their way
make
in.
St. Francis County look bad.
That's what I'm saying, man. It's messed up.
So this is more of a PR stunt than
Yeah,
anything? We're not
absolutely.
even using it. We just want to make them
It's-
St. Franciscans look bad.
It's big, small town sheriffs coming after us. That's what it is.
Okay.
The cottage industry. So far and away, we're proud of this as Missourians.
Well, I don't know. I need to look at some numbers from other states. I got to think that there's bigger numbers in other states now.
Feel like it. I got Arkansas or Kentucky.
Man, how do you go? Man, 16 this year. So let's say 16 for Jefferson County. Let's just say they had 30 by the end of the year.
Mm-hmm.
That's still a large drop from
250.
250.
Yeah. Does that mean they've cleaned it up, or they're just not out looking as much?
I don't know. I mean, maybe that the underground scene, the independent scene, kind of got commercialized some, and then
People switch to opioids.
people wanted to regulate. Yeah, maybe they changed their drug.
Mm-hmm. They don't want to be bouncing off the
and
walls
maybe
for
sometimes
6 days.
people just leave. I know my friend Sean. That's why he left New Mexico. He found himself in some trouble with meth and other stuff, and some people down there too. And it was safer to go back to Chicago than stay in New Mexico.
From Tom in the comments, as soon as the black guy doesn't show up, all the whites can talk about is meth.
Yeah.
Well, we'll talk about what
That's
we know.
accurate as hell.
Yep.
I did see this locally. I don't know if this means anything to you. I know you've been a journalist of sorts for several years. You
Mm-mm.
sniff around. What are you, an observer?
Yeah, I
Okay.
never want to be a journalist. I
Okay.
never claimed to be and have denounced it, actually, when called that, because there are ethics involved
Okay.
with journalism, and I want nothing to do with that.
It limits your
Yes.
skill set. Okay.
I don't want that.
I got you. Square, you familiar with that company?
I am.
Jack Dorsey, founder of Twitter,
Mm-hmm.
CEO of Twitter, he has announced that they're going to take over the old Post-Dispatch building, and they're expanding their jobs double, up to 1,400. What do you think about that? Good? Or do you think this is a cover for something worse?
No, I think it's very good.
Yeah.
I think it's very good.
It's interesting.
And this has been rumored for a little while now.
Right. And Square is this thing that it's like it's all it is, a payment processing thing, but it's considered cool because the dude from Twitter has it. So I think it's a good look for the city too.
Yeah, and it's, they designed it to look kind of sleek. and
Absolutely. Yeah.
It seems to be user friendly too. The times that, how many companies in St. Louis use that now? At least in my area, that's
True.
It's all over the place.
Well, we had a brief look at Marvis, but he's popped back out.
I should have got a screenshot then.
Yeah, we definitely should have.
Ah, damn it.
He just does that to tease everyone. While we're waiting on Travis, I'll say hello to St. Louis Counseling Services. They're here to help businesses, individuals, schools, the like. That's right. No matter your income level or experience in counseling, St. Louis Counseling Services here to help you. They also do a podcast right here at Midcoast Studio. Make sure you check it out. Midcoast Media's St. Louis Counseling Service and the like. It's Mental Health Matters. Tom Duff each and every week interviewing local comics. They had Mia Jackson on. They've had professional athletes, journalists, all that, breaking down the stigma of mental health. Travis Terrell joining. Good morning, sir.
Oh, you guys can see me? Hey.
Hello.
I am live in Times Square. I'm heading to, as the kids call, a meeting.
Oh.
And so, yeah, I'm on the run today. Sorry I couldn't get to you sooner. Subways have terrible Wi-Fi, apparently.
I didn't know they had any Wi-Fi, actually.
Yeah, you could have got me on that. I've been like,
They
oh,
actually do.
unless there's some kind of an issue with the chicken parmesan. I'm not familiar with Subways and Wi-Fi. What's going on? What's the meeting about? Can you talk about it?
I can't talk too much about it. It's just a meeting with one of the networks that was at the pitch event a couple weeks ago at Sesame Street. So we'll see how that goes. It's kind of a first date thing, so I think they just want to make sure I have good credit. So we'll see how that works out.
Uh-oh.
That's not gonna. Oh boy.
Uh-oh.
Yeah.
We'll have to look into that.
Yeah.
The Black Sheep thinks that you popped on briefly a moment ago, heard us talking about Square, and then didn't want anyone to ask for the money you owe him back. I don't know. I'm not sure what is happening.
No comment.
You and Black
I can't
Sheep have
speak
some
to that.
issues to work out. How was the weekend for you, Travis? Anything in New York? Your time's winding down, unless one of these meetings sparks something, right?
Yeah, unless, Soderbergh or, J.J. Abrams just wants to, hook a boy up. Yeah, my
familiar.
time in New York City is winding down, and so I'm taking some meetings before I head back and see what those meetings bear in a couple of weeks. So it's just planting the seeds, and everybody knows Travis is good at planting seeds.
Call them sits. We're having a sit. Say it like that. I think it sounds cooler.
Having a sit.
Yeah.
Having a
I'm
sit.
having a sit with the people from Fill in the Blank.
Now, are you currently moving through Times Square, or are you stationary and it just kind of looks like you're moving?
Oh,
like,
God,
are you
no.
walking and talking?
Oh, God, no. Oh, I could not walk and talk and try to find where I'm going. I am close to where I need to be. My meeting is around Times Square, so I just found a little location where the lower class hang out, and I just decided to start talking to you guys.
Can you see the Sbarro at Times Square from where you
Good
are?
question. Good question.
I don't. I see the H&M, and since I'm down a few belt loops, I may stop in there. I see Foot Locker. Yeah, it's just mainly H&M. Apparently H&M has like a 19-story building.
Well, that's exciting.
That's crazy. They do. Oh, God.
What is H&M? I've never actually really.
It's really like
Poor
affordable,
Express.
nice clothing, casual. No, it ain't that. It ain't that bad.
Poor Urban Outfitters.
It's not a. It's not a. It's not poor. I wouldn't say it's just like
Is it
an
cheaper?
everyday man's Express.
We're going to say really dark blue
Whatever that
collar
means.
Urban Outfitter.
Millennials in crippling debt who still need clothes for job interviews.
Mm-hmm. That'll work. Wait, so do you have to buy clothing for this meeting?
No, I don't have to buy clothing at all. I already had clothing. I
Oh,
just got to
don't
show
brag.
up and be my charming self and pretend We Are Live isn't a thing.
Oh.
What? We Are Live?
Well, you're doing a good job of it.
Travis is. What?
Are you going with
Huh?
top button buttoned or unbuttoned as it currently
Yeah.
is?
I was
for
going to
your
ask you
sit?
guys about that. What do you think? Top button,
When
low
you go
button? What
top
are you
button,
thinking?
when you go top button, it looks like you're making a statement of sorts, which to some people that might work. The top button unbuttoned is more casual or normal, but the top button works too. It's really a toss up for you, Gardner.
I always like, this is me personally, is unbuttoned. It just
Okay.
it feels less tight,
Yeah.
less.
But
I
for
don't know.
him, is it an accent to his style?
Right, and that's the thing. I wouldn't want to tell you what your style is. That's up to you, simply.
Okay. Okay.
But
I
prefer,
feel good, though.
yeah, I would say whatever you're comfortable with.
So can I just start tweeting at major networks that I think you might be meeting with, and it'll be clips of horrific things you've said? Would you be upset?
Yeah. Send in the photos, too, especially the Mardi Gras photo. I'm sure that's appealing to several writers' rooms. So, yeah, let's go ahead and send that one out, too.
Can I show them a
But
clip
no, guys.
that might?
Well,
that-
no, go ahead, Gardner.
There's a clip that might interest whoever. I'm going to play it right now for you if that's okay.
Oh my.
It just, I mean, maybe they'll think it's funny, maybe they won't. I don't know. But here you go.
Is that the one with the zoop, zoop, zoop at the
Oh
end?
no. Why don't you ask her? Because I have a feeling you're going to get real. Okay, Gardner.
So Chris
calling it now.
Chris got technical calling it a mini keyboard, and then Travis got technical with asking if it had the zoop zoop zoobadoop at the end.
Did you mean to say a synthesizer?
Called a melodica.
All right,
It's the
Melodica or
zoop, 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 zoop keyboard.
Is it a melodica or could it possibly be a melodica?
There we go. There we go. That makes more sense.
You did just birth. You did just birth my
Maybe
newest,
melodica
my
is
newest
maneuvers.
character.
Yeah, I'm
Yeah.
gonna say
Yep.
I'm gonna say it's maneuvers. It's maneuvers' younger sister,
As soon as
melodica.
it's
I never heard of it.
You must not be much of a musician.
I never heard a melodica. What?
I mean,
We
people
decided.
pronounce it differently in different cultures. So, I mean, it's however.
there you
I
go.
love that you told a black woman who you would claim to be of your culture. The different cultures say melodica differently. But hey, it's Trav's world. We're just broadcasting in it.
I feel like Gardner's going to put together my one shining moment,
Ooh.
but you know how people celebrate it? Instead, it's just going to be my complete downfall.
Yeah.
Well, how do you say you get some kind of a writing gig with one of these? I'm guessing UPN or the WB.
Of course.
If you get one of these, are you going out? Are you dropping the mic? Or are you doing a week-long goodbye ceremony? How does this go? Do you act like you've never heard of Chris Gardner? Do you erase all evidence of your allegiance to Chris Denman? How does that work, Travis?
I would imagine like these mega studios, once they offer me like a 10-year first deal, I would imagine like they would hire someone to scrub all of this, including you guys from the internet.
Like you murder us?
I mean, I wouldn't say murder per se. So I think the word they use in the industry is scrub. But
Elmo
yeah,
shows
I
up
mean,
with a silencer on a pistol. It's like, time to go.
this is, I don't know, man. I don't,
Shoot your Elmo.
try to ask the girl out to a dance and you see if she wants to dance with you, and she may like your style, she may not. You just got to be yourself, I guess. I don't know. I'm trying to encourage myself before I go to this meeting.
Do you need a pep talk?
No, I think I didn't hype myself up. No, I think
Okay.
I'm ready to roll. I don't know, guys. I'm about to freak out. Don't mind me. I may walk in front of traffic.
What are you gonna drink while you're there at the meeting?
Oh, I've been working on my Americanos. Whew,
Okay, that's not
whew.
bad.
It's very fancy. It's a good drink. It's like not coffee, so it doesn't make me look like I'm a boring person, but it's not too pretentious like a cappuccino.
Yeah,
And
cappuccino
it's
would be a bad move.
Americano. It just makes it sound like you traveled to Italy, or you got a gift card to Olive Garden.
Americano's not a bad choice. I like those.
Americano.
I think coffee just makes you look
Oh,
strong, though. What was that?
on another, it does. On another note, I think I saw Bradley Cooper on my train this morning,
Oh,
or it was his agent, but it looked exactly like Bradley Cooper.
Why would his agent
I
look
think it was
exactly
Bradley
like him?
Cooper.
Bradley Cooper
I don't
only works with
know, but
people that
he looked
resemble
just.
him.
Yeah, I think
Wouldn't that be
that's not
weird
how it works.
if every actor had an agent that looked like them?
But it makes sense, though, right?
Uh, I
No?
told Chris and kind of recapped a little bit, but I actually went and saw a movie over the weekend at a theater. I wanted to let you know.
What'd you say?
Once Upon a
What'd you
Time
say?
in Hollywood.
How was it?
I said it was good. It's good. It's pretty good. It's not bad.
That means it's not really good because generally a Tarantino movie like sits with you, and if you just say it's good, that means it's not really that good.
It's good, but it's not like top 3 good. It's not overtaking Bastards
Okay.
or Pulp Fiction or Reservoir
The
Dogs.
fact that
Okay.
you haven't seen Django too, like
I haven't
that's,
seen Django.
you know.
Oh,
Uh,
okay. Yeah, I need you to see Django before we judge this.
okay.
A comment from the fancy foyer, just letting us know he
Okay.
knows Melodica's cousin, Harmonica.
You son of a bitch. You son of a bitch.
Travis, I've got some words of encouragement for you. He's
What do
nervous,
you got
but
for me?
he's nervous, but on the surface he looks calm and ready
Mm.
to drop bombs.
Okay.
But he keeps
All
on
right. I'm not
forgetting
listening to.
what he wrote
All
down.
right.
The
I
whole
gotta
crowd
go.
goes so loud, opens his mouth,
Oh,
but the words won't come out.
Mm.
all right. You horrible people. You're the worst. Thanks for your words of encouragement. I'm gonna get walking. I will hit you guys back right after this meeting.
Okay.
Love you. Bye,
Uh,
Mom.
Your mom's watching?
That's
Mm.
interesting.
All right, back to meth talk.
Okay, getting back to the meth talk. That's the nicest he's ever looked on this show.
Let's screenshot
That freeze
that one.
frame. Yep,
That's good.
do
there.
that.
There we go. We got a hold of that one.
For the second, do we need to? Can we eliminate that, or does he just sit there the rest of the time?
He'll probably have to just sit there.
He'll just sit
Yeah.
there. We'll make that happen. In the meantime, I'll tell you guys about Buzz's Hawaiian Grill. It's raining today, but they are usually all over St. Louis. You can check out the Facebook page or their website. They've always got their locations up there. Keep an eye out for Buzz's Hawaiian Grill. I recommend the poke. Get the spicy stuff. It's very delicious. And again, homemade right here in St. Louis, Missouri, with a taste of Hawaii, everybody. That's Buzz's Hawaiian Grill, supporter of ours, so you support them. Gardner. You okay over there?
I just wish it. Can we get him at Trump Tower or something?
Yeah, right. Like there should be more effort put into where he stands if he's going to do
Yeah, if
us
he's
like
going to
that.
be out on the town, like we were in Times Square, like going to the Sbarro.
Right.
We don't get to go to Sbarros as much anymore.
Why didn't he interview a vagrant?
Yeah, we could obviously hear people.
You've got something on the rundown that's very interesting to me. An expletive-laden Disney World rant resurfaces online.
Yeah, this one kind of popped up again over the weekend. I guess it may have been from last year, and had people having a stupid debate, which is always fun. And the debate basically was millennials, childless millennials, going to Disney World or Disneyland, and some people are upset that they do that, and it's just kind of like,
The only time I've been to
Okay.
Disneyland, I was visiting my brother, right? Living in Orange County, not far from Disneyland. And I was there, and we had a connection through my sister-in-law's sister. She was working there, and she's like, hey, they can get you in for free. You've never been. What do you think? And it was just me and my girlfriend at the time. We said, sure, we'll go spend 2 hours at Disneyland. Had a blast. It was a nice time. I wouldn't have went if it wasn't free. I'll say that.
I used to go quite a bit.
Alone?
No. I was like 4 and 5.
Okay, well that's different.
We lived there for a couple years, just
That's
outside
right.
Orlando.
Well, it's
And
Disney
so
World.
it was fine. We would go every so often.
Well, I'm saying
And-
I did the thing with no kids. It was just me
Yeah,
and
and,
another
like,
adult.
Basically, if you're saying that, that means you never want me to go to Disney World or Disneyland because I don't want kids.
Correct.
I'll be an uncle, but I don't want kids.
Mm-hmm.
So you're trying to tell me I can't go there? Like, do I have to, like, when my niece is old enough, do I have to take her with me to be able to go to Disney World again? A place that gave me joy when I was younger?
You know, I feel like
Not as much as SeaWorld because I got to feed Shamu, and I
Okay.
know people are going to have an issue with how they
Right.
treat animals there. I understand. But a 4-year-old, it was exciting for me to be able to feed a gigantic whale
I feel like
and then get dizzy and almost fall in its mouth.
there you go.
But I didn't fall in its mouth.
Well,
Thank
good job.
goodness. But
proud of you.
Disney World was kind to me as a child, and I wouldn't mind going back as an adult
Mhm.
and without a kid. But the old Facebook post is this right here. It pisses me off to no end when I see childless couples without at Disney World. DW, oh now we're shortening, is a family amusement park. Yet these immature millennials throw away their money on useless crap. They have no idea the joy and happiness it is to mothers who buy their babies treats and toys. They will never experience the exhaustion that is to chase a 3-year-old around and getting stares at assuming I'm a bad mother. This cunt in some very slutty shorts
Oh,
was
no.
buying a Mickey pretzel,
Oh,
and
no.
Aiden wanted one, but the line was very long,
Okay.
so I said later. And it broke his poor little heart, and he cried. And I wanted to take that fucking pretzel from that tramp like, thanks, bitch. You made my son cry. DW is for children. People without children need to be banned. Mothers with children should be allowed to skip all the lines. You have no fucking idea what it's like to have to stand in line for 3 hours with a cranky, tired, exhausted toddler. And I can't just tell him that we can't do something because it's his vacation too. I fucking hate childless women with a burning passion. So that's normal. And that led to people debating whether or not,
That's
I mean,
the Aiden
she
part,
just hates people.
the Aiden part.
That's not hating childish. That person hates people. That's what that is. You can find any group. She's not going to like anything. She voted for Trump, most certainly.
Do you think that this is a work?
No, I could see people ranting on Facebook. I mean,
At 1:04 a.m.
yeah, it happens.
Yeah.
Like we've seen what that is now. What can happen? And maybe it's harder to tell, and this once again is an older post that comes up again for some reason, and I don't even know why. But it sparks once again another conversation, I guess, about this.
Mm-hmm.
So maybe I don't know. Maybe someone was reminiscing, and it's like, oh, this is still my favorite Facebook post of all time.
If someone
It is pretty funny.
came up to me when I was at Disneyland, very pensively walking around, I rode a few rides, played a few games. It was a fine time.
Mm-hmm.
But if somebody came up and gave me any amount of shit, I think I would disproportionately want to punch their teeth out. I would be so upset that they were upset that I would have a real meltdown.
Yeah, it's really stupid.
I would have a real meltdown. I would just say, "Are we serious right
Yeah.
now? Are we serious? You're serious?"
That's your move.
Oh my god.
I like that move. that you use. Because, like I said before, it allows for a moment to
Gives you a
reset.
moment to reset, or you can come forward.
So what
with
are we
it.
doing?
What are we doing? Do we want to eat some elbow? I'd love to do it.
Look, I've been in jail in O'Fallon, Missouri. I've
Uh-huh.
been in jail in St. Peters, Missouri. I've been in jail in St. Louis City. I've been in jail in Maryland Heights. O'Fallon twice. St. Louis City.
What about O'Fallon,
Okay.
Illinois?
Nope. Okay, I think I
Okay,
covered them all.
Good.
No, St. Charles. I've been in jail in St. Charles as
That'll
well.
do it.
I haven't been in jail in Disney World. I'd like to think it might be happy in there at least. This is the happiest place on earth. I
All
hope
right.
it's the happiest jail on earth.
All right. Who wants the bologna with cheese?
So yeah,
Any lactose issues in here? We're not animals. Well, I mean, I am, but I don't want to. We're not going to treat you like animals. Not that would be bad.
like there's no crust on your bologna with cheese, and it's like, oh, that's nice.
Right.
This makes me happy. It's not stale crust.
Is that toilet paper working? It's a little rough.
Yeah. Wait, you got 2-ply in jail?
I'll be honest with you. This is a low point, but this is where I met Pluto. I rose above just like you can. Motivational Mickey in the
Ugh.
house.
And like maybe there's crack there. I don't know.
I mean, I don't think that would be a thing.
As long as it makes you happy.
Are you
Right?
going to talk, or am I have to bring in Donald?
So I mean, you could maybe I'd like to if the
Who's the worst? Who's the worst at not letting people just alone? Like I do like that. I notice that in cities. Like if you're in a smaller town, I shouldn't say rural. If you're in a smaller town and someone does something that doesn't affect you, but it's essentially out of the norm in driving. So like say you weave into a lane if you're like making a left turn, but it doesn't affect anyone. In the city, people just keep going for the most part because I feel like people think there's a lot of consequences in St. Louis for honking at other people. Maybe poor reactions to honking at other people. But in smaller towns, if people just see you doing something, hey, you're going to kill somebody.
yeah.
They're quick to it. Who's the worst at picking that out for no reason? And not just driving. We're talking this. Obviously, the speak to your manager haircut white woman gets the blame. But she's not always that person.
To my mom when she drives in the city.
Just
like because I feel though I have to help her.
Mm-hmm.
Because she's used to driving in O'Fallon, Missouri, as is my dad. They don't use blinkers, and I'm like, look, you're in the city. Cars are going to be behind you. They're looking to go somewhere.
Mm-hmm.
There's quite a few stop signs at times, especially in my neighborhood, like from block to block.
Yep.
You need to let people know which way you're because people are looking to go. So just use your blinker. That's all I'm saying. And you don't have to come to a complete stop at the stop signs and then look around everywhere. You got to see that coming ahead of time. You got to be able to see that coming ahead of time, whether or not you actually have to come to a complete stop. But you most certainly better use your blinker if you're turning, or else you're going to get hit. That's what I'm trying to get across them. Well, driving in O'Fallon's different.
It is.
And you can get away with that. But you can't in the city because you will get, if you're turning and don't use a blinker, people are assuming you're going straight and they will just keep driving.
That's correct.
And then when you turn, you will get hit from behind by a car.
Have you had road rage issues ever? You don't drive much now.
No.
I think about a few growing up.
Well, I mentioned the one before that happened outside of Shake Shack and Whole
Well,
Foods.
yeah. Well, that was that one. You dropped a couple curse words in that.
Yes, and I used one that I don't normally use, and it was offensive. And I said sea sucker. And I went and admitted it to my gay friends at the local watering
come
hole.
on.
I was like, guys,
you didn't mean it like that.
I felt bad.
Yeah.
I used this word, but it felt right at the time. So I'm admitting to you, if I need to be punished, if I need to have a talking to, let me know.
Careful. Punishment.
They're good folk.
Oh, I know. Maybe we need to get you a customized cart from Getaway Carts, Gardner. That'll get you out of a situation like that. You can
Be
weave,
careful.
get you going.
Yeah, I could get everywhere then.
Yeah, that'd be trouble.
That-
Getawaycarts.com. They have customized golf carts for you and yours. They're part of the Carte Blanche movement, but they're also hashtag customized without limits. That's right. Getawaycarts.com is the website. Wonderful local business for you and yours. They have carts available now. If you want to be able to get around this fall in Soulard, the Hill, wherever you live around St. Louis, I feel like I see golf carts more and more. So you want to go local, and you go to getawaycarts.com to see their capabilities. Big thanks to them for working with us here on the show. I'm trying to think. I think I've told it before. I did, for sure. Definitely had a road rage incident where the guy was wrong. And then my friend and I were 14 and 16 and on the side of a road getting screamed at by a guy who, looking back on it, was completely in the wrong because he went around us. We were in a passing lane getting ready to turn left.
Oh, you have told that story.
Yeah,
yes.
did tell that. Yeah, there's that. I've avoided for the most part. The last thing I've even come close to
I mean, I
is
complain.
telling a guy, I'm like, he's like freaking out on the side of the road, and I just point it up to, I just said, I waved him off. And I just did a point, like right over there. That'll work. And he sped off.
Like, there's times where I'm throwing the hands up in the air and
sure.
people see it, and I might say something. You know what? There's a I almost got out of the car several months ago.
There's a guy a couple weeks ago that shot a woman's car in Ladue, I believe, right?
Well, and this was in Town and Country where I
Okay.
almost got out of the car. Because the guy was...
Were you nude?
No.
That's your move.
I mean, it could have got Greek style pretty
right.
quick.
Yeah.
But I'm like trying to go straight in a parking lot, and I'm just going straight, and this guy's going to turn. And I didn't let him go. I guess he wanted me to let him go, and I'm like,
Right.
no, I've been stopped for a while. It's my turn to go. I've been dealing with the traffic. So
Sure.
I'm just going. I'm just trying to get out of here and continue a flow of traffic. And so then he tried to go, and I just kept going, so he had to stop. And then as I went by, he honked and flipped me off and was yelling.
I bet he felt a lot better having
and
done
I
that.
stopped. I hit the brake, and I looked back, and am ever this, am ever that, double middle fingers, whipped the car around. I was going back to find him. And like, I don't fight. I don't know how that's going to end for him. Probably not
Right.
well.
No.
But I at least feel the need to get my ass whipped, if so, for that.
Sure.
Like, it's not right to do that. Like, and look, your BMW wasn't even that nice, asshole.
There's a 3 Series, you bitch.
Yeah. So get fucked.
Meth and road rage. Those are the main topics.
Now I'm
today.
having road rage about
Yeah.
this thing again.
Well, you're thinking about it, and now the next time you accidentally see a guy in a BMW, you're going to have rage bubbling back up.
Yeah, just, I don't understand. You don't get to just turn.
Mm-mm.
I'm going straight.
Mm-mm.
What makes you think that's okay?
It's not.
Why are you mad at me? No, I'm mad at you, jerk.
Tell him. You think he's tuned in right now?
No,
We'll work through it.
I'm done.
Good for you. A couple other things to get to before we break things off. Cardinals over the weekend. Did you see with the Houston series? And
I watched some, yeah.
first place. Got the trade deadline coming up. I figured we'd touch on this just a little bit. We've laid off of sports quite a bit, but how do we feel about the Cardinals right now? As of today, where do they sit?
I'm looking forward to seeing what the move is going to be. There'll be a move at the deadline.
Marcus Stroman traded to the Mets yesterday, which
Yeah.
is strange.
There'll be a move by the Cardinals or multiple moves at
Tied
the
for
deadline.
first right now in the Central.
So they'll be active.
hmm
It just
You
is-
think it'll be anything major?
that's what I'm. It's
Right.
to see. I always love the post reaction of the trade deadline. And just because it brings out, I mean, it brings out everyone's emotions and whether they got what they want or not, even when they get what they want.
Well, when you have the Brewers a game back,
Well, because like if they give up something to get something, it's like, well, what are we going to do without Nolan Gorman? And
Correct.
I mean, we're seeing Matt Carpenter's on his rehab assignments, 0 for 16 in his rehab assignment with 6 strikeouts, and so that people will point to that if like you gave up like a top prospect, someone like that at a position like that. So it's always fun for me just to see the reaction post trade deadline,
Well,
just to see what happens.
the issue is a million things could happen, blah, 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 blah. But if the players are out there to go get, you got to give up something, and you're not going to be, you're not going to fleece people for, trading them a bag of balls and your crappiest veteran. You have to give up real stuff. And
Yeah, that's how it works.
Yeah, absolutely. So Noah Syndergaard, he's got like a 4+ ERA right now. He could come here and
Yeah,
not even do that great.
He's better than that, though.
He is.
And everyone knows that.
True.
And there's a lot of innings on that arm, though, too. I mean,
Mhm.
not like, I'm not talking like 1970s, 60s pitchers innings.
Right.
But
Well, how do you feel about, so you have Marcus Stroman get traded from the Blue Jays to the Mets yesterday.
yeah,
They're supposedly trying to win now.
I mean, I don't know what the Mets plan necessarily, and it seems as though it's explained that they know they're not going to be able to sign an extension with a number of pitchers, and maybe it's kind of maybe it's more. People look at it maybe as an immediate move. Maybe it's more forward-thinking move, knowing you're going to be without certain people
Mm-hmm.
down the road here, or it allows you to deal away some of that, and then have a guy in place already. But I don't know.
Perfect
They
situation.
see people that have been paying attention can see the Mets have crossed themselves up a number of times, and it's not just this year.
Right.
And they're dealing with a new general manager now. I believe Van Wagen's labeled the general manager.
Yeah, he is.
So I don't know. We'll see.
Perfect situation for the Cardinals. What do they do?
Starting pitcher.
The boring guy from Detroit?
Sure.
Will
I
that
mean,
calm
Trevor
people
Bauer
down?
was being talked about a lot
Boy,
yesterday.
Trevor Bauer, and if you guys don't know, I don't even know what he is. He's just a
Oh, he's a
loudmouth.
sociopath.
Okay.
He's a sociopath.
I haven't paid
No,
enough
and
attention.
I'll be fair to black and white here. I have often said in the past, I believe Jameis Winston is a sociopath.
Mm-hmm.
Like if he murdered someone, I would not be shocked at all.
Okay.
I could see the same with Trevor Bauer. He's a sociopath. It's very clear. I mean, it's very easy to see, to diagnose this. And
Well, he threw a ball.
It's not only that yesterday throwing the ball into center field, getting all pissy.
He gave up a 2-run homer, and then
Terry Francona comes out to take him out, and just if you can see the lips go, "What the fuck is wrong with you?"
from the pitcher's mound, showing off his cannon from the pitcher's mound, throws it over the center field wall, right? Because he's pissed, and then he's oh my bad. Like what is like how is that?
He's a sociopath. Now it'd be interesting to have a sociopath on the roster with the Cardinals. So maybe I do want that. I
Him and
almost
Yachty gonna get along?
I almost wanted to post the was it Matthew McConaughey from A Time to Kill when he's doing his speech in the courtroom about the because Samuel L. Jackson kills two guys that had done terrible things to his daughter, and then Matthew McConaughey is delivering that speech. And he was like, "Now imagine that little girl's white," because he's delivering the speech in the South. And so I wanted to post like a picture of him and go, "Now imagine that pitcher's Carlos Martinez."
I was about to say the same thing. Does he have to go through 2 years of maturity talk from
No.
the Cleveland press?
No, but it's clear. Like to me, you can clearly see who this guy is. And if you're fine with that, that's cool. But hey,
So
he's-
what's his deal though? He's a Twitter troll.
he can be.
Yeah.
He's not a dumb person, which is what makes it sort of maniacal in a way, some of the stuff that he does. Because he clearly knows what he's doing. It's not due to being dumb. It's due to being a sociopath.
So do you want him?
I mean,
on the
I don't know
Cardinals?
how.
Does he help the Cardinals make the playoffs?
I would, if he were on the
He's a
Cardinals,
good pitcher,
I
though,
would,
is the problem, right?
Man, I would like to. He's okay. He's okay.
Yeah.
I mean, I think he's probably overrated a bit, some. But he can show flashes of, he can get on a streak.
Mhm.
He can be that type of pitcher that gets going for a month and does very well. I mean, he is very capable of that. He's not upper echelon pitcher. He's not Noah Syndergaard. Even no matter what the numbers are saying or telling you this year, I cannot see that being the case. That's all.
He's very busy online, so yeah, we'll see. If he
Yeah.
comes here, that would be interesting because I think he'd be embraced.
Well, yeah, he likes the number 69. He likes the number 420 because he knows it gets play and gets clicks, or not clicks, but likes and such, and he plays that game. But he's a sociopath.
So before we wrap things
Do I have
up,
to say allegedly? No, I don't
No,
think
I
so.
don't
This
think
is what
so.
I believe.
before we wrap things up, do we think the Cardinals are going to do anything worthwhile to satiate the needs that they have?
What is that, I guess, is for each person.
Because you could
They're
say
gonna get
starting
a-
pitching, a bat, like whatever else.
Yeah, I don't think unless that kind of develops in a way that I don't foresee happening, I don't see that becoming something that they get involved with. I think they'll get a starting pitcher. I don't know how it comes about though yet.
Is it going to be the Justin Masterson or
I mean, that's
or who was the big dude last year? 6'7", Tyson.
Tyson Ross.
Tyson Ross. Are they going to do that thing where they're like, hey, we got a stopgap, and then at the same time you got Waka do God knows what. Ponce de Leon's not found the fountain of youth. I don't know what's happening.
Oh, there you
There,
go.
nobody's done that yet. So,
Aging quickly is Ponce de Leon.
His search continues.
Yeah.
Do we want to run through some fair fouls real quick, and we'll shut it down for the day?
Yeah,
I've got
that's
to get the dog over to Hillside Animal Hospital, so we'll keep it short on a Monday. I've got no problem with that whatsoever. Hit it, Gardner.
At this defining moment, change has come to America.
People often ask me, what's fair or foul? Is it a segment? Is it a movement? Is it hope? I can't say for certain. Time will be a true test of its power. But I can say, Fair or Foul is now and forever for the people. Gather around the radio with your loved ones and hold on to your butts. It's now time for Fair.
We give it back to you, the people.
Or Foul.
That's right. Fair or foul. A very weak, yet interesting segment that we sometimes end the show with. We throw out topics. We give opinions on said topics. Just me Gardner and I today. If you're in the comments and you want to jump in on it, feel free. We'll take your suggestions. Gardner, fair or foul? Cardinals rally songs. You have any ideas on this?
I do.
I thought it would hit close to home.
I had one in mind when they were struggling, but now it's probably not going to work because they've been on a bit of a roll.
First place.
Like, I need them to lose some games to be able to get a rally song going, basically, is what has to happen.
Right.
So I missed the boat. I wanted to, because you're like, let's bring back a song. Like the Blues did with Gloria. I wanted to go newer, though. I wanted to come back with Icona Pop's I Love It.
Sean?
Yes. Like, I thought
that video on Twitter could spark it.
I think that could have been a great rally song for this team. So, they've lost a couple in a row. Maybe as a reset here, maybe we take advantage of the day off, try to get this kind of going. Hey, if you guys win, next game, it's Cubs. Why don't you play Icona Pop's I Love It as like your rally song? And we kind of rally around I Love It.
I
Something
like
that.
I like that idea.
That's the song I want.
Yeah. Well, maybe we'll get there for it. I also like a homegrown original, but we include all of the, the Chingies, the Jaquans of the world who have had some big hits.
See, here's the thing.
Maybe some of the Lunatics, not all.
That makes too much sense for me to be a rally song. It needs to have randomness to it.
Okay, with the Gloria feel.
There's got to be no rhyme or reason really initially for it to work.
Okay.
And that's why it's got what are you gonna go? Arlo Guthrie, City of New Orleans. What? Yeah, because there's no reason
Cardinals?
to it. There's no formula to it.
Right.
It doesn't make any sense. To me now, rally songs have to not make any sense at all to what you're actually doing. It's just kind of there.
How do we feel about a Kenny Loggins song from Ron Finger?
Playing with the boys.
You're into it.
If we're doing playing with the boys. Playing with the boys.
There we go.
Yeah, I could do playing
into
with the
that.
boys. I don't,
Okay.
unless you have other ones. Because he had the song too, and Over the Top, I believe. Meet Me Halfway. I think
Okay.
that's it. But
Good.
what about Meet Me Halfway? Because it's a slower one.
Uh-huh.
Maybe that's the Kenny Loggins one. Go with a slower Kenny Loggins.
Fair or foul, a woman planning to marry a 91-year-old chandelier named Lumiere. I'm going to say, full on fair. The world needs more long-standing relationships with folks. The Lumiere here actually ends marriages. This Lumiere, I think, could last. There's not going to be a lot of arguing. There's no discussion over what you're watching on TV that night. You just keep it shined, and you keep it proud. You point to it. It's never going to let you down. You can take it with you anywhere. I say fair times 10. I'm fine with this. This woman clearly doesn't need to have children.
No.
So
Yeah.
let's
Well,
leave-
that's fair in that
let's-
point.
Let's leave it to
The foul
to
that I was
Lumiere
going
now.
to have an issue with is that, especially in this area, no one would get that chandelier's name right. All the white people that come in from, let's say, St. Charles County, would call it Lumineer.
Mm.
While, let's say, the
hey.
black folk from St. Louis County would call it Lumineers.
Lumiere.
Yeah. So no one would actually get the name of the chandelier right, and it could just get awkward a lot.
What about from the Black Sheep? Says, spoiler, the marriage fails and her husband hangs himself. I don't want to love that comment, but I do.
I got one.
Yeah.
I got one fair or foul. There are good cops and bad cops.
Okay. There's black people and the... Sorry, is that not the...
From Indianapolis. This police officer was upset. The headline saying, police officer says someone took a bite from his sandwich at Indy McDonald's. Okay, he's upset about it.
Okay, wait. Indy McDonald's, like, do you have to wear, like, skinny jeans in that McDonald's?
Not like that. That would be
okay.
IE.
Okay, got it. All right.
Follow-up headline. Update. Police officer forgot he took a bite from his sandwich at
Wait, is
Indy
this real?
McDonald's. Yes.
Why is it...
This would be...
Was this up-to-date reporting?
Yeah.
Like, was the reporter eating lunch with said police officer?
No, it's just like happened to a couple
Was
days.
it? Oh, because they showed him camera footage. I bet.
Probably.
Yeah.
So, fair or foul. This is a bad cop. Like, he should never be a detective.
Fair to that statement. Let's get him. He doesn't even get to do parking ticket duty. He gets to clean up after the parking ticket people. Like, he follows behind them if they drop trash. Like, I need him doing nothing else. And definitely, I don't even think he gets to carry a whistle. Like, this guy, no weapons, no nothing.
You can be a cop, but you can't get above a certain level.
Yeah, I have a major problem.
Like, you're never
with him
really
advancing. Right.
Yeah, you're never really up for a promotion.
I'm a little worried if he's the porter at your local McDonald's. A porter is someone who cleans the bathrooms and cleans up, because he might forget he already put the cleaning bubbles in. He may be going through equipment too quickly because he doesn't realize it's gone. This guy's a problem, and he's a menace to society.
So
thank you, Gardner.
He just can't rise above a certain level. Never a detective. Never a detective after this.
No. Definitely.
Yeah.
He's the worst. Fair or foul, calling out everywhere you can see the arch. We do it in St. Louis. Do we keep doing this? Continuing the, hey, there's the arch. I caught myself saying it for the 17th time from our office windows, and although it's to a different group of people or folks each time, it's starting to bother me that
You're
I
an
say it
old
so
person.
much. It's starting to bother. Well, children, that's the thing. It's the crux. Children and old people, like 4-year-olds, like, there's the arch. Do I have to stop saying it to new people in our office?
Yes, you do.
Okay, so foul.
I can't. I don't know if I want to talk about it now or talk about it tomorrow, but you just reminded me of something from my grandpa over the weekend.
Yeah.
All right, I'll do it now.
Content.
So, one thing I did do over the weekend was go to brunch with my grandparents.
Okay, all right. What is happening with you? You went and
my
saw
uncle.
a movie and went to brunch. Okay, Uncle the ambassador.
He's not an ambassador, but he works for the embassy in South Korea. He's in town.
Okay.
So I've hung out with him a couple times. We went to brunch, and then we went over to REI because he needed some hiking boots. He gets out more than I do. But Grandpa's not driving the car. Uncle's driving the car now. So Grandpa sits in the back seat with me. And
who's the best driver of the three of you, by the way? I need to know that.
I think I'm a pretty good driver.
Okay, yeah. All right.
Especially in the city.
Got it.
But it reminded me, listening to my grandpa in the back seat, it reminded me of Norm Macdonald on Comedians in Cars Getting Coffee with Jerry Seinfeld. Because Norm mentioned, because Jerry said something and Norm's like, oh, you're like an old person. You just yell out what you see on the signs as you drive.
Yeah.
That's what my grandpa does. So it's like we're driving down, or, driving down 40. We're coming up to Hampton. And up there's the zoo. We got...
they got red pandas in there.
We got McCausland coming up. Here's, Big Bend. There's Big Bend.
Then why is he doing
Just
that?
going exit by exit, pointing it out.
This isn't an age thing?
I think it is an age thing.
Okay.
But it's, or, I mean, we could have been driving. Oh, emos? There's an emos over there. Like, he sees signs, and now that he's not driving, like, he's occupied while he's
Got
driving.
it.
Now that he's not driving, it's like, to pass the time, he just shouts out what he sees on signs. Exit 222, whatever it might be. It's like he sees the sign and he says it out loud. And I'm sitting back there smiling, and I'm trying not to laugh
Right.
because I start thinking of Norm Macdonald saying this on with Jerry Seinfeld, and I'm like, is he gonna say this the whole time? Oh, here, where? There's Whole Foods, REI. See that REI sign? It's right next to it. Yeah, you see the sign, Grandpa. So it's just maybe it is as you get older. It's kind of like, oh, there's the arch. Or maybe it's at the beginning and at the end.
Yeah, that's kind of one of those things.
Yeah. At the beginning and as you get older.
Fair or foul, something evil emerges from the giant hole from last week. It's not covered yet. They're hoping to have it done soon.
It's a good start to Earthquake.
Mm-hmm.
So fair.
So fair. Okay, that'll do it for today. Big thanks to Pet Once St. Louis West, all of our other great sponsors here on the show. Tech Electronics for making the studio possible. They work with us, and you should work with them if you're in charge of emergency systems at your office, any kind of tech or IT needs. Tech Electronics is a wonderful company from right here in St. Louis. For Travis in Times Square at Sparrow. For Gardner, the Stream Queen here. Big thanks to everybody for tuning in. Cutting it a little short today. We'll be back with a full show tomorrow. Be sure to tell all your friends about the show. If you haven't yet, rate and review us on iTunes. That helps us quite a bit. Thanks, everybody. We'll be back tomorrow. Peace.